there. I'm sorry. Today, our trainer is going to be Dr. Nate Lambert. He is such an interesting and fun person to follow in our team. He is so successful in especially the seller finance part of his business, and I stand back and just stand in awe at what all he's accomplished in the time that I've known him in the last couple of years. The first house tour I ever went to was one of Nate's houses, and I was so impressed with what he was doing, with his enthusiasm. He's always got a smile and that beaming personality, and we're happy to have him with us this morning. Dr. Nate, how are you?
I am.
Looks like we cut out there, Nate. Let's try that again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic.
Good.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Just wanted to say that those of you who are on the call this morning, I mean, you guys are truly the dedicated ones. Just want to give you a huge props for being here and making it happen on a day like today, where so many people are kind of tuned out, right? They're thinking, oh, this is my chance to relax and do nothing, waste my time. But you guys are here because you are wanting to make it happen in your business, and I commend you for doing that. So let me go ahead and share a message with you guys today. So I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about financial freedom. I've presented the Epic many times down in Utah County and Sandy. I often will ask people at the beginning, like, hey, tell me a little bit about why you're here. What brought you to this meeting? And invariably, it's because of financial freedom. People are looking for financial freedom in their life. Now, it may come out as different responses, like I hear some people say, oh, I'm here to earn money. Then I ask them some additional questions to say, well, what is it that money is going to bring for you? And they say, well, God, or I say, what would you do with that money? And they say, God, I would quit my job. I would spend more time with my family. I would go travel the world. Whatever it may be, and so, that's ultimately what people want. So you got to remember that as you're talking to people and trying to get people to join our Anonymous community, you got to think about, what exactly, how do I pitch them? How do I show them financial freedom? And you've got to ultimately epitomize the dream, right, of financial freedom. So that when they see what you're doing, they want to be like you, right? So maybe you haven't, most of us haven't achieved financial freedom yet in our lives. So, but you can, as you start your journey you can share your journey and talk about how each thing that you're doing is helping you get closer to financial freedom. So for instance, people love to travel, and even if you're not, even if you don't have a lot of money, you can start traveling for cheap, and then you can show that your travels on Facebook and get people excited about the dream of financial freedom. And yeah, I've actually written a book called See the World on Any Budget. And I'm happy to share that. I'm happy to send you a free copy. If you email me at natemlambert@gmail.com, I'll send you a free copy, because you can ultimately travel for really cheap and show that, but they don't really know that you're traveling for cheap, but it's a kind of a way to demonstrate lifestyle, right? So for instance, I just got back from a trip to Brazil and Paraguay and Argentina with Jonathan Engel, a guy in our community. So ultimately, I posted on Facebook how I wanted to learn more about what John was doing down there. Ultimately what he's done is he's created this group of entrepreneurs. He didn't create it. He's been a part of a group. It's funny. It's called Elevate. So Elevate has helped thousands of people, 20,000 people in Paraguay to gain financial education, to empower them and make a huge difference in their lives. So anyway, so I talked about this dream, because people like to see a big vision. So I want to ask you, what is your big vision for when you have financial freedom? In fact, after this call, I'd ask you to write out, what does financial freedom mean to you? What exactly are you going to do when you attain financial freedom in your life? For me, it's becoming a part of a bigger purpose, helping people abroad to attain financial freedom in their lives, helping them to free themselves from poverty. Right? So so that's what inspires me. That's what gets me going every day. So I wrote about that. Then after we were done learning what his organization was doing, which is going to help me as I build my own foundation, then John and I just had some fun. Right? We went to Iguazu Falls. We went to Sao Paulo, the biggest city in the Western Hemisphere. We got to drive along these beautiful beach roads from Sao Paulo to Rio. I went hang gliding in Rio de Janeiro. These beautiful mountains and a beautiful beach. It was incredible. And again, I posted about these experiences, posted about what I was doing, and and that gives people a glimpse of, hey, what can you do when you attain financial freedom? Tomorrow, I'm leaving for Puerto Rico. And one of the things I love about our Renatus community is there's so many people and resources. I'm actually gonna fly out there with my family because we're going on a cruise of the Caribbean. But before we leave, we're actually gonna connect with Wanda from Team Elevate here in Salt Lake, and she's gonna fly out there as well and with us, and we're gonna look for a vacation rental property in Puerto Rico. So so we'll buy this vacation rental and be a part of this great project. Get a deal because the hurricane has really brought prices down, and again get a tax write-off, right, for going out there and doing this. So that's going to be something I post about, right? With my action attraction marketing, I'm going to get a write-off. I'm going to go look for this beautiful vacation rental on the beach. And I can guarantee that that's going to attract certain people into my business because they're going to see, oh my gosh, not only is he going to Puerto Rico and doing all these fun things, but he's finding real estate over there, and he's, so yeah, text me if you're interested. We may have room for other investors. But anyway, again, it's all about the lifestyle and showing people, not living beyond your means, but by doing things, taking action, and then sharing those things with other people. So with that said, let me just take the last 5 minutes here and share one other message. So first message again today is financial freedom, and you've gotta find ways to really share that financial freedom, share the dream of that financial freedom. And then my second message here in the last 6 minutes is I watched the movie Wonder last night. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's a powerful movie. It's about this kid with facial deformity and some of the challenges that he experienced. And just I don't have a lot of time, but let me just describe to you briefly that I had some serious challenges growing up, being short, right? I'm just 5'3", 5'3", which is, obviously you've noticed if you've met me, and I think most of you have on this call. And, I was called shrimp. I was called munchkin, armrest. Tater tot was kind of the most painful, right? Because it was, not only was I short, but I was fat too. And so short and fat. That was hard. That was challenging to get pushed around and bullied. But here's the thing: is that I didn't let it. That I turned it around, right? And what I did was, I gained empathy from those challenges, and I took that empathy and I reached out to other people. I saw other people who were in a similar situation, or maybe I was the one that was learning everybody's name and saying hello to them in the hall because I knew what it was like to feel awkward and not feel like I didn't have friends. So I reached out to other people, and I kind of took some of the challenges, and that fueled me to want to achieve. And I ended up running for student body vice president. And, again, instead of taking the challenges of people kind of ripping on me and being harsh, I took that and actually poked fun at myself, right? A lot of people had made fun of me saying, oh, do you need a phone book when you drive? Not realizing that phone book and with some wooden shoes to help me reach the pedals, right? That was kind of their funny joke. So I decided to take that same joke that was kind of mean and turn it into a joke on myself. So when I got up to the stage to give my election speech, I hunkered down even smaller so that they could barely see my head over the podium. And then I said, hold on just a second, guys. And I grabbed a phone book and kind of showed them that I was about to put a phone book under my feet. And then I put that phone book down and stood on top of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's much better, right? Everybody laughed. Everyone thought it was so funny. I was poking fun at myself, and I was comfortable in my own skin so they could be comfortable with me as well. I went on to win that election in a landslide. And ultimately, guys, so much of the success that I've had in my life has actually really gone back to getting motivated by the negative things that have happened, right? I take that and use it, that chip on the shoulder, as a way to push me forward. So I want you to think about your own life. Who has been negative in your life? Who has maybe been a naysayer when you were looking to join Renatus, and maybe they were talking negatively about it, right? Who are you going to prove wrong with your success? Why not use their negative statements as a motivator to push you forward? There's a quote by Frank Sinatra. He said, "The best revenge is massive success." That's the best revenge is massive success. So take those negatives and turn it into a positive for you, into something that's going to push your success forward in this business. So after we're done, I'd like you to do a little quick writing activity here. I'd like you to think about some of the negative. Maybe you had a failure. Maybe you had someone say something mean. Oh, you're never going to do anything with this, or you're never going to succeed at this. And I want you to write that down, and then write how you're going to turn that into a motivator for your success, and how that chip on your shoulder is going to actually turn into you doing great things in this business. Then write about specifically 3 things that you're going to do on a daily basis to make your dreams come true, right? So having an accountability partner is one example. Repeating your goals and putting them up in front of you is another idea. Having a vision board. All of these things are going to fuel your success in this business and are crucially important for you to succeed. So what are 3 things that you're going to do to make your goals happen in 2018 so that you can prove this person wrong and show them, right? Show them that you're going to have success despite anything that they said, or despite their mean comments toward you. So that's my message, guys. Let whatever setback you've had in the past, maybe you had a bankruptcy, maybe you had, I don't know, whatever it may be, right? Lost a job. Let that experience fuel your future growth. and success in 2018. Thank you so much for joining the call today. I know that we're at the top of the time, so I don't want to take any more of your time, but thank you for joining. I'm, again, amazed at your dedication jumping on the day after Christmas. Have a fantastic, phenomenal day. Goodbye.